Did I enter all this information correctly? We are on BE9-17 on page 501. I'm just entering the information provided by the question for the 3 years, numbers for the net sales and net income, okay? Okay, and then we have information about the assets, okay, assets. So at the end of 2015, 2911, 2014, 2593, and 2013, 2044. Okay. All right. Yeah. First one. Calculate asset turnover. Can anyone tell me how to calculate asset turnover? What's the formula? Do you remember inventory turnover? You have learned the inventory turnover. Do you remember this? Anyone? You just learned about inventory. Do you remember what's the inventory turnover? How to calculate it?
Cost of goods sold divided by average inventory.
Very good, very good. So cost of goods sold divided by average of inventory, right? And the average is just the opening balance and ending balance, right? Just take the average of the two numbers. Okay, now what do you think? What do you think the asset turnover would be?
Net
Take a guess.
income divided by average total assets? Or?
Sorry, say again.
Is it net income divided by average total assets?
Net income?
No, net sales divided by average total assets.
Net sales divided by average, the average asset, right? Okay, so you can find it. So the formula, okay, you can find it on the textbook if you don't know. Okay, I will show you which page it is. So it's on page 490. On page 490. Okay, you can see that in the middle, a little bit below, okay, 491 to the page 491, just slightly below the middle of the page, you can see the asset turnover. That's the net sales divided by average total asset. So I have to be accurate. Average total asset. Okay. So what's the net sales? That number is given, right? That number is for 2015, right? For 2015, this number is this, net sales. What about the average total asset? Anyone? Something divided by 2, right? Anyone? Tell me what are the two things divided by 2? Average total asset.
Is it the previous year and the current year?
Very good.
Added together.
Previous year is this. That's the beginning balance, right? And then you add the ending balance, right? So then the average of these two numbers, that's your average for 2015. Okay. So this is your 2015. So what this number would be? This number equals this divided by this. Okay, 1.1. Okay, 1.1. 1.01, sorry. How about 2014? Use net sales of 2014 and divided by the average of asset in 2014. So the beginning balance of 2014 is the ending balance of 2013. And the ending balance of 2014 is this, okay? So 1.04 for the 2014. 2013.
So I'm sorry, in 2014 is the beginning. What do you say in 2014?
So I'm calculating the average total asset. Okay?
Yes.
So in 2014, the average total asset for 2014 is the average of the beginning total asset and the ending total asset. Okay.
Ah, okay, yeah. Thank
So
you.
yeah, the beginning asset of 2014 is the ending total asset of 2013, right?
It looks like you have it on the sales, not the assets, though.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. Okay, so that should be number 5.
I was wondering why my numbers were different. I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm so
Exactly,
sorry.
it's the answer.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I think I need a nap. Is that better? Is this what you get? Yeah, that should be right. Yeah. Is this what you get?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, good. So for 2013, then we have a problem here, right? We don't know the number for 2014. Sorry, we don't know the number for the 2012, right? So what is the question here? Okay. The question is asking, they are asking for only the year of 2015 and 2014. They are not asking for 2013. You know why, right? You know why now, okay? Because we don't have a number, opening by number, okay? So we only do it for 2 years. That's what the question was asking. So this is my asset turnover. Do you think better, the larger the better, or the lower the better?
Lower.
Lower? How about inventory turnover? For inventory turnover, do you want to turn over more times or less times in a year?
More
Do you
time?
want to sell your
Definitely
inventory
more.
fast or slow?
No more.
No more? I want to sell it fast, right? If I
Exactly. We want to sell faster.
yeah,
Faster.
because like I hope that if I purchase something in my inventory, I hope the next hour everything's sold, right? And then I can have new things, right? So you want your inventory turned over to be as large as possible, right? So the more you flip the inventory, you make more money, right?
Yeah, of course.
How about asset turnover, right? Do you want to make a lot of sales? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. So you want to have a larger asset turnover, right? So you can see that it's getting worse, right? 2014 is 1.02, 2015 is 0.88. So it's getting worse, okay? So that's the asset turnover, profit margin, okay? Do you still remember what's profit margin? Profit margin is net income divided by what?
Sales?
Yeah, net sales, right? Sales. So that equals net income, that's this number, and net sales is this number. So my profit margin is this divided by that. I'm going to use a percentage, okay? I'm use percentage. I keep 2 decimals. Okay, so the profit margin is 9.81 in the 2015. It's 15.25 for 2014. Again, decreased, right? That's not a good thing. Profit margin is lower, right? That's not a good thing. Return on asset, okay? Return on asset. So what is the return on asset? So again, if you go to page 491, return on asset equals net income divided by average total asset. So how much money you can make for each dollar of asset? So this tells me that total average asset, right? So return on asset means for every dollar of asset, how much income you can make, right? Return, right? Asset is your investment, income is your return, right? So you want to see what is my return? What does this asset return for me, right? So the income. So for every $1 asset, how many money do you have? Do you want this return to be higher or lower?
Higher.
Higher, right? We want to have higher returns. Net income, this one. Total average asset, that's this number. We already calculate. And net income, this number. And total average total asset we calculate here. Okay, so now what is the result? Total income, net income divided by total average asset. Percentage.
So return asset is the money they return to the business, but another asset turnover is the sell.
Oh, you mean asset turnover?
Yeah.
You use the sales divided by
Yeah, the sell. Yeah, the sell. Yeah.
yeah.
And another is the money that come to your business. The return. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Return on. Yeah.
Is
Okay.
that a
Don't worry.
question
I
or comment?
understand.
Is that a question?
No,
or comment?
no. This is reflection.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's because I want to know the difference, but now I know the difference. One is about the return, what the money they return to your business. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so now let's try something, right? So now you learn these three, asset turnover and the profit margin and the return on asset. What if I use a multiplication? Let's see, asset turnover times profit margin. Okay, let's see what we get here. So if I use asset turnover, okay, times profit margin. So asset turnover 0.88 times profit margin 9.81. Well, this number looks familiar. Did you see it anywhere else? Okay, let's try this again. So for the year 2014, okay, asset turnover times profit margin. Oh, this number looks familiar too. What is it? What is this multiplication? Where else did you see these two numbers?
The return on asset.
Yeah, return on asset. So you know the relationship now between the three calculations. So this is the relationship. Asset turned over multiply profit margin equals return on asset. Okay. Do we have any question on this? Okay, so you learned how to do the calculation now, okay? And you know it's getting worse, right? Think about this. All the numbers decreasing. We are hoping these three numbers, the larger the better, right? It's three numbers, the higher the better. But it's getting worse, right? You can compare 2014, 2015. All these numbers are decreasing, okay? So the second one, comment on whether return on asset has changed from 15.53% to 6.1%. This change is mostly due to, okay, this change is primarily due to a change in the asset turnover or change on the profit margin. So this change, okay, right, the change of return on asset can be either change in the profit margin or asset turnover. In this case, if you just compare numbers, do you think this change is mostly due to profit margin change or due to the asset turnover change?
Profit margin, that seems to be a bigger change than the asset turnover.
Yeah, that's right, right? You can see from 15 to 9, 9.8, 15, right, to 8.1, right? So it's mostly due to this, right? Because this number is close to 1, and this number is close to 1, right? Okay, so that's it. So let me just stop recording.